Hello everyone. In this topic, we'll discuss about Azure Service Health. We know that the services, whatever we are deploying, will be deployed in a particular region. These services are dependent on the infrastructure which is provided by Azure Cloud. If there is any incident or any outage or any issues on the Azure Cloud infrastructure, we wanted to know the status of the Azure infrastructure. So we have deployed our resources onto the Azure Cloud. If there is any outage, it can be any issues. So we wanted to know what is the status of the infrastructure. There are three main categories. One is Azure status, service health, and resource health. So these are the three main categories for Azure Service Health. Azure status will provide the information of the services globally. The overall status of Azure global infrastructure will tell you the health of all services across all the Azure regions. For widespread impact, check Azure status. It can be a CrowdStrike or it can be storage. It can be a storage account issue. There could be a possibility of undersea cable connection. So basically, Azure status will tell you the status of the Azure global infrastructure. If there is any outage, if there is any issues on the Azure cloud side, you need to check Azure status. Service Health will provide a narrower view of Azure services and regions. It focuses on the Azure services and regions which you are using. So Azure status will provide the information irrespective of the resources and services where you have deployed. So it is going to provide the information for all the regions. Whereas Service Health will provide the information about the region specific to your resources. If you have deployed your resources in East US, say you have deployed virtual machine, you have deployed storage account, you have deployed your web application. Service Health will tell you what is the status of your region, this particular region where you have deployed the resources. Service Health Experience knows which services and resources you currently use. So basically, the Service Health will understand what are the services, what are the resources which you are using, and in which region you are currently using these services. You can even set up Service Health alerts to notify you when there is a issues. Service Health is a good place to check if there are any planned maintenance activities happening or any outages which has caused your applications or services to go down. So you can come and check the Service Health if there is any issues about the services which you have deployed or if there is any issues for the region itself. Let us see what is Resource Health. Resource Health is a tailored view of your actual resources. So in Azure status, we know what is the status of Azure Global Infra. So this is for global infrastructure. So Service Health, we can check if there is any issues related to services and regions where your services are deployed. And Resource Health is specific to your services what you have deployed. It can be the virtual machine, it can be the web application, it can be the storage account. So Resource Health is basically specific to your resources what you have deployed. It can be like the virtual machine has gone into the power off state. By using Azure Status, Service Health, Resource Health, Azure Service Health gives you a complete view of your Azure environment, all the way from the global infrastructure to the services what you have deployed. Additionally, historical alerts are stored and accessible for later review. There is a picture of Azure Status. In this picture, we can see we have multiple geographic location one of the location is Americas. In Americas, we have multiple regions, and each region is provided with different color code. If it is green, then it will be good. If there is any information alert, then it is going to provide the informational alert. If there is any warning, then it will be showing in the amber. And if there is any critical issues for that particular region, it will be shown in red, which is critical. We have the picture of resource health. If there is any issues related to your resources, so these resource health is specific to your resources what you have deployed in a particular region. It can be any resource. It can be virtual machine, it can be web application, it can be virtual network, it can be any resource. It is going to tell you what is the status of the resources what you have deployed. The status can be available, unavailable, unknown, and degraded. There seems to be a issue with one of the virtual machine and it has been resolved. Resource health watches your resources and tells you if it is running as expected. There is also another picture of the resource health. We can see here the status of one of the virtual machine is unavailable. This is because of Azure compute infrastructure. So there was a problem with the Azure compute infrastructure because of which your virtual machine what you have deployed, it is not working as expected. So these information status will be available, unavailable, unknown, and degraded. In resource health, you will see one of these messages. And it is going to provide the status for each of the message. What exactly has caused the issue and what is the status of your services. I'm into the Azure Status web portal itself. In the current impact page, you will be able to see if there is any current impact or any outages on any of the region. You can select refresh and select 2 minutes or 5 minutes to refresh the status. If I wanted to check for any particular geography, if I select America, you will see there are multiple regions in America. And if I wanted to check any of the services for East US or Central US or West US location, I can check for specific services like function. If the function is available in East US location or Central US or West US, I'll be able to check these services. If I have deployed some of the services and if it is not working properly or if there is any issues for the services what you have deployed, you can come and check the status of the services. From here, if you see, let us say if you have deployed virtual machine in East US location and if there is any issues related to virtual machine in your region, you can come and check here. You can come to this Azure Status portal and you will be able to see the information related to Azure cloud infrastructure. Let us say I have deployed my storage account in East US region. So this is the East US region. I wanted to use the service health to find out if there is any issues for East US. I can filter for East US. I'll remove all. I can filter for East US. And it is going to tell me no active service issues. And if it is in blue, then it is good. It is normal. If I wanted to check for particular service, since I am using storage account, I can select the storage account. Like this, you will be able to filter for specific region and specific services. And also you can create an alert. If you wanted to create an alert, you can create alert here. If I go back to service health, I can check for my specific resources which I have deployed. I can select resource health. Once you select the resource health, you can select the subscription and you can select the resource type. Since I have created only the storage account, I can select the storage account. If you have created any other resources like virtual machine or virtual network, VPN, SQL, service bus, you can select those resources. So I have created only storage account. I have select the storage account, and it is going to provide me the status of the storage account. If I click on the storage account itself, it will tell if there was any issues and what is the issue. So I have created this storage account. It is available since the time I have created. I have created the storage account today. So from today, there is no issues. The status will be available, unavailable, unknown, or degraded. So you will find these status. So this is how you will be able to use the Azure status and Azure Service Health and also Azure Resource Health. So in summary, Azure Service Health, we have three main categories: Azure Status, Service Health, Resource Health. Azure Status will tell you the information about the global infrastructure. Service Health will tell you the information about the services where you have deployed. And Resource Health is going to provide you the information about the resources. It is specific to the resources what you have deployed. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the content, please subscribe and share the video. Thank you and take care.